Hi friends, Gia here. Welcome if you're new, and if you're already a subscriber, thank you for clicking the video. So we are here to talk about my 7-day vegan challenge, me and my family, and how we liked it, what we disliked, and just our overall feeling about it. So to start, let me just say that I loved this challenge. I really felt like before we started it that it was going to be very challenging for me. I'm just so used to having meat with every meal, or like some sort of protein with every meal. I just didn't know what to expect. So initially I was nervous. Let me just tell you what I was nervous about. I was nervous / scared that my husband wasn't gonna like it. He wasn't gonna eat anything that I cook. You know, he's definitely a steak and potatoes kind of man. And I was nervous that I wasn't gonna be full or feel satisfied, or just constantly be hungry. I guess those were my fears of it. And I do want to say that our two daughters, I have a 4-year-old and a 1-year-old, they did not participate in it. I offered them meat with their dinners. They eat breakfast and lunch at school. But for snack and dinner and stuff, I did not, require that it be a vegan snack or whatever like that. But you'll be surprised that by the end of the week, they were really wanting what we were eating, which is always a plus. I also want to say that I just loved the food. I loved that it was so vibrant and colorful and nutritional, and I'll get into all that when I talk about what we ate. But it really helped me to fall back in love with cooking, because you just kind of get burned out of the same old casseroles or crock pot meals, just having to take something out of the freezer and not really like cooking. And it really did help me fall back in love with the cooking process. And I'm all about quick and easy. I am a full-time working mom. I work outside of the home, so when I get home from work, I'm always looking for a simple, easy meal that's quick, because my girls constantly want to eat. So I keep that in mind with all of the meals that I prepared. They were quick and easy. I did not have to prep ahead of time. I kind of just pulled it out of the fridge, cooked it. 15-20 minutes later, we had dinner on the table. So I also want to tell you what I missed. I missed coffee creamer. I'm not gonna lie, I missed my coffee creamer. And I could have had coffee with almond milk, but I tasted it and I just did not like the taste of almond milk in the coffee. I just felt like the almond milk overpowered the coffee. I missed butter, but I found vegan butter at my local grocery store, which is Publix, and it was absolutely delicious. It totally fulfilled that craving. And I missed real cheese. I'm a cheese lover, as you can tell. I'll click the link to my appetizer video with brie cheese. Brie is my all-time favorite cheese besides blue cheese, but I love cheese. I missed cheese, so I bought some vegan cheese to put on our tortillas, or excuse me, our fajitas, and that was a good, it just made me feel satisfied when it came to cheese. So, all right, let's talk about the food. Let's start with breakfast. So with breakfast, what I would typically have is a warm cup of lemon water. The minute I wake up, that's the first thing that I drink. And I've just read so many great things about drinking lemon water. It helps with digestion, and I also want to add that I'm no nutritional expert. I'm not a fitness expert. I'm just your normal mom who likes to read and Google things, and this is what I found, and I did find that to be helpful. So I would have a warm cup of lemon water. I would have and these are some of the ideas, like I would have a smoothie with almond milk and frozen berries. I typically like frozen strawberries. I get those from Costco, and a plant-based vegan protein powder. And I would mix that all up in my NutriBlend, and the consistency was almost like an ice cream, like a thinner ice cream. It was very sweet, so when I would have a sweet tooth, I would choose that. Sometimes I would add a frozen banana in there. That's a good option. So I would have that for breakfast. So when I would want something warm for breakfast, I would eat some steel cut oatmeal. I bought this box of steel cut oatmeal from Costco. It's pre-packaged, it's portioned out, it's frozen, it's quick and easy. All I have to do is throw it in the microwave. I talked about it in my last Costco haul. I absolutely love this steel cut oatmeal. It's kind of expensive. It's $10 for 6 individual packaged frozen oatmeal, but it's full of chia seeds and flax seeds, and it's sweetened with agave nectar. Like, you literally don't have to do anything. You just put it in the microwave and it's done and ready to eat. Sometimes I would have a piece of Ezekiel toast as well in the morning with some vegan butter on it. And on the weekends, I would make French toast, and it was absolutely delicious, guys. I highly recommend trying this. I would use Ezekiel bread, and you can find Ezekiel bread at your local grocery store. For me, like I said, it's Publix or Kroger, and they have it in the frozen section of your grocery store. And this Ezekiel bread was absolutely delicious. My husband was very, very reluctant in wanting to try the Ezekiel bread because he was like, oh, it's probably gonna taste like cardboard. But it was actually really good, and he likes it a lot. So do I. And so we actually are still eating the Ezekiel bread now, even though we're done with the challenge. That's how good it was. We really liked it. So what I would do for the French toast is I would take a couple of pieces of Ezekiel bread, and I would melt some vegan butter and almond milk, melt some vegan butter, mix in some almond milk and cinnamon, and I would coat the bread and then just make it like you would a normal French toast, and it comes out so crispy on the outside but soft on the inside. And you put some maple syrup on there, and it is so good, y'all. I'm telling you, I would never steer you wrong when it comes to food. Okay, so let's talk about lunch. I didn't really record a lot of my lunches because I typically eat lunch at work while I'm editing YouTube videos, but I would typically have a spinach salad with tomatoes and broccoli sprouts or kale sprouts on top, or leftovers from the night before, and an avocado or a half a sweet potato, something like that is what I typically had for lunch every day. Most of the time it was leftovers from the night before, but if we had them, if not, like I said, I would improvise and just grab an avocado and a salad, or have a piece of toast with guacamole on it and a salad, a sweet potato and a salad, some sort of combination like that. For snacks, I would have fruit or some mixed nuts. I found these mixed nuts at Publix, and I would put them in a small, like a 1/4 cup container, and I would snack on those at work, and that was very filling. It was satisfying. It had dried cranberries in there, so it kept it kind of sweet, tasting sweet, and cashews are kind of sweet as well, with almonds and seeds inside. It was very good mixed nuts. So that's what we'd have for a snack. Also for lunch on the weekends, I made these fajitas, and they were absolutely delicious. I sauteed peppers, onions, black beans, mushrooms, and I put them on whole grain Ezekiel tortillas. Ezekiel's the brand, tortillas, with fresh tomatoes and vegan cheese. Sometimes I would add guacamole. It was really, really good. You can have this for dinner as well. The dinners that I'm going to talk about, you can have for lunch or dinner, either way. You know, I just wanted to make sure my lunch and my dinners were kind of interchangeable. Because like I said, a lot of times I have leftovers for dinner, or excuse me, leftovers for lunch. But these fajitas were so good. My husband loved them. He actually had some today for lunch. And so he really, really liked them, and it was fulfilling. Dinner. So dinners. I'm all about quick and easy dinner. Like I said, I work outside of the home, so when I get home, I like to make something really quick if it's not already pre-made or pre-prepared. I didn't know what to expect for the vegan challenge. I kind of winged it. I bought a bunch of vegetables that I thought that my husband and I would like, and I kind of just went from there. So what I did here is I cut up some red bell peppers, an onion, mushrooms, and any leftover I put in a mason jar. And let me tell you, putting it in a mason jar keeps it fresh forever. Like, I put it in there for up to a week and it was still fine to use. I would just pull it out whenever I wanted, you know, some sauteed veggies, or I just, you know, I can eat them sauteed onions and peppers on its own. It's so good if you season it right. So yeah, I stored them in a mason jar, and I just sauteed all of these veggies together, and in olive oil until they were slightly firm. And I would also add a sweet potato as a side with cinnamon and nutmeg and that's how it is plated. Like I said, it was so colorful. And also I put some Old Bay on the sauteed mushroom, excuse me, on the sauteed peppers and onions. Oh, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, it was so good. It made it feel like sort of, typically I would use Old Bay for like fish or something like that, but putting Old Bay on vegetables is so good. I never knew, like I never thought to try that until I was doing this vegan challenge. I was like, oh, let me do something different. It was so good. I highly recommend it. Okay, we had some sauteed kale and mushrooms and onions, sauteed spaghetti, zucchini and squash, and homemade bruschetta on Ezekiel bread. This was my absolute favorite dinner. The homemade bruschetta was delicious. It was just sauteed onions and sauteed onions and tomatoes with salt and some Italian seasoning, and sauteed it in olive oil. I sauteed everything in olive oil, by the way. And it was so good. It was so filling. It was just really good. As you can tell, I think everything was really good because it really was for dinner. Sorry, I'm looking down as I'm reading what we had because I kind of kept a little diary. Let's see. Another quick and easy meal during the week, because we do have Bible study on Tuesday nights and I needed something that I could just come in and cook within 5 or 10 minutes, and that was sauteed green beans and stovetop potatoes and onions. And I just, like I said, sauteed them in olive oil, diced them up small so they would cook kind of quickly. I made the green beans. I buy the frozen green beans from Costco, the organic frozen from Costco. They're in like every Costco haul. I will link a Costco haul here if you're interested. But that was a quick and easy meal. Then I made some whole grain spaghetti with sauteed mushrooms and red bell peppers and a marinara sauce. That was super easy, fast, and filling. Very, very good. The girls loved that dinner. I mean, anything with spaghetti I think kids like, but they couldn't even tell the difference between the whole grain spaghetti and your typical normal spaghetti. So that's a good way to trick your kids into eating healthy. Something that I cooked for the very first time was a broccoli rabe. Now, I heard so many things about broccoli rabe online and in different health recipes, so I decided to try it. And I used Ina's recipe to saute it in garlic, and oh gosh, y'all, it was so good. If you like broccoli, you'll really like this. It's not too strong of a broccoli flavor, and it's like kind of a mixture between broccoli and kale and spinach all in one. It was so good, y'all. Saute it with some minced garlic and salt and pepper. And you can add in onions or mushrooms or peppers, anything like that in there. It was really good. Let's see. I also made, with this dinner, I also made some glazed carrots and some oven roasted herb seasoned potatoes. Like I just diced them up and I didn't have time to make them stovetop that day, so I just put them in the oven. And that was delicious. I glazed the carrots with honey, salt and pepper and olive oil. It was really good. So that's it. That's pretty much everything that we had throughout the week. Like I said, we would have leftovers a lot of the times, and it was so good, you guys. Like, it just, like I said, made me fall in love with cooking again, just cooking with real whole foods. It made me feel good about myself because I was feeding my family wholesome, nutritional foods. By the end of the week, like I said, the girls loved the meal. You know, they were eating the broccoli rabe with us and the potatoes and the carrots. They really enjoyed it. It smells so good and fragrant in your house when you're cooking like this. Because like I said, I was just stuck. I was just like bored with cooking. Like I was bored with, there's only so much you could do with baked chicken, you know what I mean? And this was a really great way to introduce new vegetables to you and your family. I highly recommend it. You know, I'm not saying I'm a vegan now or that I'm never gonna eat a delicious steak again, but I think it's a good healthy way if you want to cleanse your system. Because, and not to be too TMI here, but you know, I do have digestive system problems a lot of the time, and my stomach often hurts after a meal, and it's hard for me to, you know, go to the bathroom sometimes. But like on this kind of vegan challenge, I didn't have any issues at all. I felt like I slept better, I had more energy. It was just an awesome experience. And even my husband, who was your typical meat and potatoes guy, said to me that he really enjoyed it. He enjoyed all of the meals. He really liked it. He wouldn't mind having a meatless meal now, because before, you know, if I ever tried to serve my husband a meatless dinner, he'd be like, where's the rest of the meat? Where's the rest of the dinner? But now he's open to having meatless dinners and feeling, because I wanted to prove to him that you could still feel, prove to him and myself that you could still feel full and feel satisfied eating vegan or meatless. So it was a great experience. I highly encourage you to try it. And if you're hesitant about, you know, if your family's hesitant like mine was, I think they would end up liking it. My parents did the challenge with us as well, and they love it. They're actually still doing it. My mom's looking up different recipes online. It just reignited their love of cooking, and I'm really proud of them. So it was an overall great experience for us. So if you're looking to like cleanse your system and not have to, you know, do one of those fad liquid cleanses or anything like that, I think this is a great way. So thank you guys so much for watching, commenting, and subscribing. If you have any questions, leave them down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and check me out on all my other social media platforms. So I guess I will talk to you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.